YouTube, Twitter, Periscope.
Oh, goodness.
Share. Where are you?
I wasn't ready for that.
TikTok.
Where are you so I can share it?
You go to my Facebook or Today with Pastor Jay's Facebook, one of them.
Dave, they are, aren't they? I'm telling you, these chairs are like minis. Is this it right here?
It should be the most recent one.
Jack you up like a
It has your name. It has your name in it. It says behind the scenes of Live Shop Play.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Something tells me I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, it's. Listen, I'm his Jiminy Cricket.
The man creates me and then he hides from me. He's like, oh my God, I feel like Frankenstein.
Listen,
You know,
I was telling
monster
someone
bug, and he's-
yesterday that I'm the reason why
Hello,
you started
testing,
Facebook Live,
testing.
and that's my fault.
Oh.
I created
All right.
that part of
She
the
actually
monster.
did. I was like, what is this live thing?
I
Yo,
know.
yo.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Florida. This is Joe Mullins with the Live Work Shop Play Show. And this week we've got a very exciting show. We're going to talk about Freedom Fest in Flagler County. Don't worry, there are things to do on the 3rd and 4th. If you're listening from Duval, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, wait a minute. Sorry. If you're listening from Duval, St. Augustine, St. Johns County, Flagler, or Volusia, don't worry. There are things you can do in the area. This Saturday, 9:30 a.m. WNZF and 7:30 a.m. WSOS. Live, Work, Shop, Play, Florida. Okay, that's good. You can clean that up. He cleans more stuff up.
He's so good.
Hello, Florida. This is Joe Mullins with the Live, Work, Shop, Play Show. And good morning. And we're going to talk about the play part in Florida. What's the best thing to do in Northeast Florida for July 3rd and 4th? And there are some great things. There's some great events going on. A lot of businesses have asked what are going on to draw tourism. And don't worry, Flagler County has taken a bold move with the Flagler Broadcasting and the airport and many other great sponsors in doing a great event, and are going to end with fireworks. I've got some special guests here with me. I have got David Ayers from WNZF and Flagler Radio. David, welcome today.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
And this is so everybody knows, this is the man that created the Joe Mullins Live, Work, Shop, Play Show. He came up with a great idea one day. And then I've got Linda Cole. Linda Cole is with me. And Linda is an artist, a singer, a musician in the area. And Linda, welcome.
Good morning.
We're going to
Thank
learn
you,
a little
Commissioner.
bit about you and who you are, because
Yes.
you have some famous roots to you and done
I
some
do.
big things, and you reside here in Little Flagler County.
I do.
It's incredible. And I had the honor of meeting Linda this weekend and shared some great stories, and she is going to be performing at Freedom Fest. And then I've got the one and only sidekick, my sister, Pastor Jay, who has a show. Pastor Jay, when is your show air?
It airs on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. here on WNZF News Radio, 94.9 FM, 1550 a.m. Today with Pastor Jay.
And she has got a great long-running show. She does some great.
I must say, my show was here before yours.
It was.
I'm David's favorite.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You are. I will not disagree with it. And
Let's get all that clear right
I just
now.
want to get it clear.
and you know what? When we get home, I'm gonna put you in your place again. You're gonna be cooking and cleaning in the kitchen.
Oh.
You know what? We have the same daddy.
We do.
That's why I love you. So because we serve the same God. Otherwise, people, I will
mercy.
not allow anybody to get away with that, especially this going to air on Juneteenth.
Goodness.
So we'll see who'll be put in their place.
I didn't think about that, but no, this is my
David, help
very,
me. Watch
very
over
good
me
friend.
while we're-
David's going, I knew I shouldn't have come in here. No,
It's all in jest. We
this-
love each other, and this is good.
just so everybody knows, Pastor Jay and I are very close. I got to say, Pastor Jay, I I didn't celebrate. I remembered 1 year ago when my brother passed away. And do you realize that today is the day a year ago that you drove all the way to Georgia to come be with me to make sure I was okay?
My goodness.
It's a special day today for me
Yes.
because you came up there and I fell into your arms and you said, hey, we're going to get through this. And I love you dearly for it. And people who see any kind of barrier in their life, like skin color or male or female, they are foolish, because some of the greatest stuff that has happened in my life has been by people like you who've come up. I really appreciate that.
Well,
And
I love you, and love is what it does.
it is.
Yes.
And I needed it that day, and you gave me a dose of it.
My husband and I, we packed up and we came that way, but just a lovely family. And I love what you have done with your life and how you commemorate your brother's death by doing the great things you do.
It is. And speaking of commemorative stuff, it's 4th of July, and we are meant to celebrate and ring and shout it out, our freedom. We had a great Flag Day this past week over at the Elks, and they talked about the meaning behind the flag, and we did a show with it. And this, David, this is a great event, and there was a lot of concern leading up to it because we're just coming out of all that COVID lockdown. You boldly put it together, and you have put together a great show. Tell our listeners, y'all kind of take it and let's talk about what Freedom Fest is and what it's going to have.
Okay. Well, normally we do them in November, right after Veterans Day. And obviously last November we weren't able to do it, but we didn't want another whole year to go by with it. So we thought, like you said, people are ready to get out and do something, and so let's give it to them. So Roy Seeger, airport director, who is just an amazing guy, with the support of Flagler County government, since the airport is in the county. It's not in the city of Palm Coast. It's in the county, actually. So we said, well, let's see what we can do. So Roy, of course, is the key guy, because it's the airport is the county, and he's the director. And he got on the phone and got with all the pilots and the planes, and they were like ready to go and do something also, because we were a little concerned about being Independence Weekend, where they be available. But the overwhelming response were, yeah, we'll be there, because they love Flagler County anyway. They love coming in here, the hospitality that Roy has shown them over the years as we've done this Freedom Fest, and it started off as Wings Over Flagler as an air show, and then kind of morphed into this. It's just a big warbird fly-in type of thing. So it's just one big day of great entertainment. Over 50 warbirds are coming in on July 3rd, and it's free admission. A lot of charities benefit from this, and we just want kids, to bring the kids, bring the family, and enjoy it. And it all kicks out. I'll give you a quick rundown of it here. You can go to flaglerbroadcasting.com, but it's Saturday, July 3rd, Flagler Executive Airport, and gates open at 10. And this is where all the planes are parked and static, so you can walk right up to them, you can touch them, you can talk to the pilots and find out, hey, what did they do? So we have like a Cobra helicopter. The star of the show is the B-25 bomber, which is just awesome. It starred in the movies Catch-22 and Doolittle's Raiders. The history to this airplane is just incredible, and to have it here sitting on the tarmac and flying at Flagler County is just unbelievable. It gives you the goosebumps with it. But a lot of other military aircraft will be here as well. At noon, the opening ceremony, you got to see this. It is going to be incredible. And Linda Cole is our star on stage for this
goodness. Oh, dear. Well, I'll be opening with God Bless America.
Wow.
One of my favorite songs. Irving Berlin wrote that song. And then I'm going to end with the national anthem, the other favorite song of mine. Because my father was a decorated veteran of World War II. I just found out yesterday, because I went to recover his medals, and I didn't know, as the oldest of his 7, that he had a Purple Heart, 3 Bronze Stars, bronze arrows, and he was just this amazing servant of his country. If you have not gotten to the museum, Veterans Museum, it's in Holly Hill on 8th Street. If you get a chance, go to the Veterans Museum. It will blow your mind. They've got uniforms from every branch of the military and airplanes hanging from the ceilings, and it's just amazing. So I'm very proud again to serve my father by singing God Bless America and the national anthem at the Freedom Fest.
Now, Linda, a lot of my listeners in Flagler County know who you are and know why you're so famous and your famous connections.
Yes.
But listeners in St. John's and Duval and Volusia may not realize you are related to
Nat King Cole.
I think I've heard of that. Now.
Yes.
I've heard. I heard that, and you are probably one of the most talented family members in that family. Probably even over him, I would say.
Well, no, definitely not. But my dad was a cousin, which made me a cousin. But my dad wasn't a distant cousin; he was a close cousin. We're trying to get all that worked out and find out who's who. But I was raised, and this is 7 decades for me this year that I have been performing as one of the Cole singers.
How is that 7 decades when you're a 40-year-old beautiful woman that Dave and I were arm wrestling over just a minute ago?
Unbelievable. It's when you come from a family who nurtures their young. They raise their young, they tend to their children, and they make sure that they have the best foundation that they could ever have, a spiritual home. My mother was the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer of the PTA. So we couldn't get away with much because she knew what we had done before we got home. But it kept us in the straight and narrow. During my days with Motown, there were certain things that I could never do, that in the entertainment industry, it's still a part of the entertainment industry, a lot of underground things. And coming from the family that I came from, couldn't do it. So I got blackballed and I got thrown out and I got replaced. And so I'm here with you today.
Well, you know what? We're glad you're here. Now, David, I got to ask you, you stated this is a free event. Did I hear that correctly?
Oh, man. You know I like free. If it's free, it's for me.
I know. But, Pastor Jay,
there's one person that'll be there.
You got to realize the sponsors, then it's a sponsored event where money is generated from the sponsors to do it. Tell me a little bit about the sponsors and how they've come about. I mean, this is a big thing to make it free for the public.
Well, and in the name Freedom Fest and listening to Linda and talking this whole black and white thing, the vast majority of America are wanting to come together.
Yes.
And there's a small force that's trying to keep us apart.
Okay.
And this Freedom Fest is to bring people together. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, how old you are, what color your hair is. Jearlyn's changes weekly.
Absolutely. If you can't, just do it very well.
You know what? At least you have hair. I'm still trying to get it.
Yeah, and you've only seen mine today. Wait till tomorrow.
So freedom is really what this is. And it's not, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. This is just a time for all people of all ages to come together and celebrate America. The opening ceremony, and I'm honored to have Linda sing God Bless America. She's doing the bookends on it. But how do we, come up to, meet the standard of Linda? So here's what's happening on the opening ceremonies. We're going to have a veterans motorcycle group come rumbling in at the beginning of it at noon. We're also going to have State Representative Paul Renner is going to do a welcome people and do a short mention. We're going to introduce some of the dignitaries. And then we're going to do, when Linda sings the national anthem, there's skydivers from DeLand are going to be jumping out of the plane in a circle with a flag.
Wow.
And while they're free-falling with the flag, we have a famous, and I can't remember his name, Roy Sigurd could tell you, Gene I can't remember. Anyway, he's going to be circling the skydivers with smoke coming out of the plane.
Oh, wow.
As they're coming down as she's singing the national anthem, and they'll land right in front of everybody. And then the Warbird Parade flies by. This is where all the planes take to the air. So it's the biggest mix of aircraft, the B-25 bomber, military planes, a Cobra helicopter. They're all going to fly down the runway very low and very slow so everybody can take their pictures and videos, and something that never happens anywhere else in this country but right here. It's something, one of the very things that we kind of created. Roy Seeger, once again, I got to give him so much credit for it. And then all day, there's going to be formation flying throughout the afternoon. All the food, we have a lot of food vendors, a lot of different people will be out there, things to do. The military will be out there because we have an armory now at the Flagler Airport. And so they're going to be out there with missile launchers and things like that. And we talked to bring young kids out to these kind of things is to touch an airplane. Roy Seeger, as a little kid, saw the Blue Angels, and as he was a little kid, and he said, "You know what, Dad? That's what I want to be. I want to be in the military and flying." And he's a gunnery sergeant in the Marines and retired from that. So all these different experiences are really something else. At 4 o'clock, we're going to crank up the stage with live music. We have Eli Mosley Band coming in. He's a Nashville act, just great country music, followed by Soulfire, which is an awesome Motown band. And then after that, coming up into the darkness, we're going to have a Bon Jovi guy. It's a great tribute band to Bon Jovi called Slippery and When Wet. And then that'll wrap up the rest of it with like a rock concert as the sun goes down. And then across the street, there'll be a huge fireworks show put on by Palm Coast at 5:15 or 9:15, 9:20, something like that. So that's Freedom Fest, free admission. And also, Roy is going to have people park on the airport property because we used to fill up that front lot right out in front there by Hijackers and across from the high school. So now he's going to open up acres and acres and acres where people, it's $5 parking if you want to park close, and you can park right on the airport grounds. If you don't have the money for that, for $5 to park, it's free parking over at the high school, and we have the shuttle buses bringing you right up to the front gate.
Wow.
So air-conditioned shuttle buses. So we're going to have great food. We're going to have, beer and all that kind of stuff that goes with it and stuff for kids to do, and flight demonstrations down the runways all afternoon long. And we just hope everybody comes out. And like I say, if you don't have a dime and you're totally broke, we still want you. And look for me, I'll buy you a hot dog.
Well, let me ask you this. Tell me some of the sponsors, because this has to be sponsor-driven. Then if it's not admission, there's no admission. Tell me some of the big sponsors that made this possible.
Heroes First Mortgage, Home Loans, Churchill Mortgage, they stepped up big time. Yeah, it costs a lot of money. I mean, we market this and to put this on. There, and also for tourism, it's like over 100 hotel room nights are already booked for it. So it's hard to get a hotel room with this and everything. But all these pilots come in, they bring their families and they bring other people with them. And
so
they
it's
meet
bringing
them.
money into the community as well.
Time.
It brings a lot of tourism, which we know. And people don't come to Florida to not do anything. They want events. They want things to happen. So Freedom Mortgage was one of them. Tell us some of these sponsors, because we need to really appreciate businesses like this and do business with them, because without them, these events wouldn't be possible.
Yingling Flight. It's a new beer. Thanks to them. Badcock and More Furniture. Also want to thank Adams Cameron Real Estate, Palm Coast and the Flagler Beaches, our tourism. Also Coastal Cloud. Paul Renner is also kicking in on that. Klein Construction. The Flagler Health Department is a sponsor. They're going to be out there giving vaccinations, by the way.
See, that's great, the Flagler Health Department.
That's great.
So we need them to show the confidence level and be at events like this. And that's great that Flagler Health Department's doing that.
And also, Joe, with your Live Shop Play company being a sponsor of it, thank you for.
Well, we got to have events. I mean, I'm an event guy living in a town. I got to tell you something, Dave. This is something, you and I knew about this concert. Tyler Farr came and performed in Ormond Beach at the Daytona destination, and Tyler got there, and there were around 150 people at the concert. This was meant to have 3,000 people. And Tyler turned around and looked at me and said, Joe, I knew I should have got with you and the radio station, Flagler Radio Kicks, to promote this event, because he goes, they just dropped the ball on it. And people need to know these events are coming back. The artists don't want to come and perform. They don't mind. They get paid anyway, but they don't want to come and perform in front of 100 people. They want to perform in front of what they're used to, thousands of people. And he gave a compliment. He said, I knew I should have gotten you guys. He said, the promoter just didn't promote this right, and we should have gotten with some of the other surrounding radio stations. He said, I heard yours is the one to go with. And I said, well, ours is more talk radio, but they do have one of the top country stations. So giving you that little bit of information. But it's important that we support these events and come to these events, because we can't have them if they don't.
Not just that, David does a phenomenal job in making sure that all the events are safe. We absolutely would not be having this Freedom Fest if it was not safe, if he had not spoken with the health department, haven't gotten their okay. So it's important that people realize that, yes, you can come out of your homes now, come to this Freedom Festival. It is time for us to celebrate our independence. Last year, we were in a lockdown. So many things have gone on. Some of us have lost loved ones and friends and family. Now we can come out and celebrate our nation, celebrate our country, and celebrate our freedom, and do it at a Freedom Festival where there are events and things that are happening that you're not going to be able to get to see anywhere else. And of course, it's free, and I'll be there too. Can't buy you a hot dog because everybody come hit me up for a hot dog. But I can get you some water.
Well, I
can get you some water.
I want to say something shocking, and it's to fall off what Dave just said. Everybody knows that I'm a strong conservative Republican, but he said something that's true. This is not a Republican or Democrat thing. This is a community thing. And I will say this, that we are made up of many diverse people in this county. And when we play around, we joke around, we pick on each other, and sometimes it gets out of hand.
I think you're just talking
media.
about yourself, Joe.
I do.
Okay.
I am. I'm going to speak for me. We get out of hand, but at the end of the day, I love this county and I love everyone in it.
Yes.
You do.
We aggravate and we pick on, but when the problems we deal with on a county level don't discriminate anyone. We deal with homeless. We're dealing with workforce housing.
Right. Yes.
We're dealing with infrastructure, just everything. So at the end of the day, with all this playing aside and all this aggravating aside, we need to be coming to events and showing we're united and we're together. Flagler County was a model county during COVID. I don't know if people realize this. We had the lowest in the state. We came together. We did what we needed to do. It took anybody. It took male, female, white, black, Republican, Democrat, anything. We had to come together and do what we did. We kept our cases down low, and we were the model county of the model state in the model country.
Yes.
We did great. And I want to see us have a great Freedom Fest. Come out there, forget we're out here for America. We're not out here for any party, any political thing. We're out here because we simply love this county, we love this state, and we love this land that so many people died for and fought for to give us this day to celebrate. And that's why I think it's important that we do it. And Dave, that's bold that you're doing this.
Well, quality of life is why everybody's here.
Yes.
You know,
right.
you can go to other cities around the country where people are stuck
good.
there. You know, they can't get out.
They're still stuck there.
And they're stuck there. And they come on vacation. We live here. And it's important that, you know, first of all, we do things for our own that live here in the area. But also, when people come and visit, when you go like on vacation somewhere, you always look at, well, what's going on in the area? So that's why I think our first Fridays at Flagler Beach are so important, because people do book their vacations and hotels so they can walk, you know, or just go over to Flagler Beach and enjoy that, which we should be kicking off again pretty soon. But also, I have to say that Nikki White, you talk about a patriot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
American Flag Project.
A flag-waving fool. She is going to try to break with the American Flag Project at 3 o'clock, I think, or 3:30, somewhere in there. We're going to do that where we're going to try to break the record. We're going to go for over 1,000 people all lined up down the runway waving a flag, and then we're going to video it and everything to show the patriotism that we have here in Flagler County. And, you know, and there are people that do not like that type of thing. And to me, you know, those people need to be put over to the side because we, the people, love those kind of things. And that's what we do. We also do something before, when the concert's on, when we change out the band to the main act, we do a prayer for everybody in the audience right on stage. And And well, Pastor Jay, you've for our country concerts, we've had you up there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we talk about we the people, but also you said that there are going to be people that may not be interested, and that's okay, because that's what we the people fought for individual rights, individual liberty. And this Freedom Festival is just that. Come and participate in what you want to participate in. Things that you don't feel comfortable with, that's okay. We're not going to shun you, but this is about being out. Dave, you said something about our frame of mind. So many people have been stuck at home, have not left home. They're, and depression tends to set in. You need to get out, get some fresh air, walk around, and live a little. Live a little. Quality of life absolutely need to be on the uptick now.
I've heard a lot of people say that, I've heard about the Freedom Fest, but we've never gone. And this is the year to not say that. This is the year to come out to it.
Yes.
It'll be comfortable. There's plenty of room. There's social distancing like you can't believe at an airport, for God's sakes.
Right.
And it's going to be fun for all ages, and everybody's in a good mood. And if you want to recharge your faith in the human species, this is the place and time to be there. July 3rd at the Flagler Executive Airport. Gates open at 10. Free parking across the street at FPC. If you want to pay $5, it helps the Flagler Beach Rotary Club, by the way, and some other charities. And you can park right at the airport. Just pull in. They'll direct you right in, and you can just walk. If you want to listen to the concerts, you can bring your concert chairs. We're going to have the county grandstands out there as well. But it's a big concert stage and major production, and it's all free.
Now, Dave, you told me there's a dunking booth out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to be in it. So if
dear.
There
liberals
is
want
gonna
to
be
get
a
a
dunking
chance,
booth. I heard
if
it.
liberals want to get a chance to dunk me, throw things at me, they'll get that chance to do that. And
I would make
take
a mint if I put
my
you in a
God.
dunk booth.
So Dave said I had to get in that dunking booth for a little while. It's for a charity. It's for a good cause. And I'll do anything.
Please go to todaywithpastorj.com and just sign up. We're going to have to make a list for people that want to come and dunk
But you have to throw a baseball, you can't shoot me. You can't throw sharp items at me. But you got to throw a
That's
baseball.
in the like at the fair it was called Soak the Bloke, right? And the guy would sit up there insulting everybody going by. So you need to get a book of insults.
I don't know how to insult anyone.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if they want a gun, we may just have to send them to We the People gun sales for now.
No. Do not give them any ideas.
And
PJ.
thank you, Pastor, for that. This isn't a bashing event.
No.
This isn't a shaming event. This is an event for you to come out and get some fresh air.
Absolutely.
Be together. Bring your family. There's music for everyone. There's food. There's fresh air. There's a show. I know so many of the people out there are veterans. Their fathers were veterans. Their mothers were veterans. Their brothers. Come out and celebrate the veterans. We're in this thing together. We're in this love together.
That's some great words.
And that's what we want, is everybody to leave feeling so much better than what you see on TV, that this is what America is really all about. This is grassroots America. This is what Flagler County is about. And don't be influenced by the vast minority of media people that try to polarize us, when in fact we need to stand up against that.
And make no mistake, as a veteran, you fight for your right to do what you please and what you do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's important. And I have never heard the Pledge of Allegiance or the Star Spangled Banner or God Bless America, whatever, without it just really bringing a tear to my eye.
Yes.
Because being part of the military, any branch of the military, your life is signed over to this country. When you join the branch of the military, your life is signed over
forever.
To the country.
You're always going to be.
And I don't think people realize that. It doesn't matter if you're typing papers or if you have a weapon in your hand. Your life at any moment, you are willing to die for this nation, willing to die for this country, even people that don't agree with you.
Yes.
Well, you say that, and I watched Rambo, and it always makes me think about it. Any given time in our world and society, it's kind of a meaning of what the veterans go through, but they can be called back to duty in our country or across the country, and they answer that call. And that show kind of seriesed it, where he used his training and he came out, and they're real life people like that I was told. Linda, you're going to be performing. Tell our listeners as we wrap up here where else you're going to be performing.
Well, I wanted to say also, that my father was a decorated veteran from World War II. And he used to say, when you're in the trenches, it doesn't matter who you are. We're all fighting to get out. We bleed the same. If you need my blood, I'll give you my blood. If I need yours, we do the same thing. So we've been in the trenches here. We've all been on lockdown. So let's come out and embrace one another.
Amen.
Actually, I had a great run, a 4-year run at a place called the Q-Note Billiard Room in Palm Coast. And we did Sundays, packed Sunday jazz. The jazz is not happening right now. I hope for it to come back. So things are kind of quiet for jazz. We're going to have to
We got to jazz it up.
We're going to jazz it up, Commissioner.
Absolutely. Now, you're going to be performing at Flagler Auditorium soon, or you're going to be there.
Well, I'm on the board there.
You're on the board.
Right.
Okay, but they have a show coming up. Are you performing in that show?
I am not.
Well, let's plug that show real quick.
But I'm hoping that in our next season, I'll have the opportunity to bring in a 20-piece big band.
Ooh.
Either the Glenn Miller Orchestra or the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Joe Mullins will sponsor that.
They're based
let me know.
out of Orlando, and I have performed with them for almost 30 years.
Well, I'll sponsor that. You let me know what you need, and we'll make that a
So
reality.
we're going to try to make that happen. But go on FlaglerAuditorium.com. We have wonderful shows coming up. The unique thing about the Flagler Auditorium is that our auditorium is a classroom. So those students from Flagler Palm Coast High School have the opportunity to learn audio tech, sound engineering right there at the Flagler Auditorium. That's exciting to me.
So the latest show is Yacht Rock.
Yes,
And it's sponsored by one of our biggest employers, our newest one, Boston Whaler. And that's the importance of having
wonderful.
businesses in the community, because they do things like this. But that's going to be, when is that show?
It's the 26th, Saturday night, 26th. It's almost sold out. And so Flagler Broadcasting, we partnered with the auditorium on that one. And so it's a win-win-win. And but it's a real feel-good if you don't know what yacht rock is. It's all that great music of the 70s and 80s, and it was a great era of time in America where there really was no wars going on. I mean, there's always wars going on, but I mean, it wasn't like, world tragedies happening to the extent that we were before that, and what we're kind of going through right now. So it was a great era and music always captures the time and the feeling of America. And whether it be sad times and blues, or whether it be good times or times of conflict, and so that era of music just captured it. So there's 10 performers, high energy, they sing, they dance, but you're going to leave that show just feeling great.
Yes.
So that's another event that we do here.
Dave, real quick as we wrap up, for our Duval, St. John's, Flagler, and Volusia listeners, tell us what time, and obviously it's July 3rd, Freedom Fest. Tell us what time, and it'll be going on all day, and then fireworks at the end. Yep.
Gates open at 10. Come on in, walk around. It's kind of the quiet time. And then at noon, Linda Cole shatters the silence, and all the planes flying and jets. And also you can fly. You can actually fly in a real Cobra attack helicopter. You got to pay for it. I don't know what it is, but you just go up there and say, hey, I want to book a ride. They'll take you up
and put it on Joe Mullins' tab.
My goodness.
Okay. I buy the hot dog. He'll buy your Cobra ride.
Yeah, I'll get you the water.
Also, Roy just told me they got these. They're called T6 trainers from Kissimmee. They have a Warbird flight school, and they have vintage Warbirds that you can go there. Well, they're coming here. And so you can get in it's a cool looking plane. Actually, I posted on the WNZF Facebook page. And you get in there and you take the stick and you fly the plane. And and so this is experience. So you can fly. There's also regular helicopter rides you can take the kids up in. Those are pretty inexpensive. I think like $25, and you can take a regular ride. A ride in a Cobra helicopter is going to be more, and also with a T1. But these are bucket things to do in life.
Right.
That if
and they're
you've
here
never-
in Flagler County.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, July 3rd,
Yeah.
10 o'clock a.m.,
Right.
Live, Work, Shop, Play, Florida. But that day, Flagler County will be the place to be in Florida, and the airport will be the place to be, thanks to Flagler Broadcasting and so many of the great sponsors that are out there. We want to thank our representative, Paul Renner, for stepping up and being a big part of this. He's been a patriot, and just thank everyone for coming out. I don't care. This is not a political thing. This is a fun thing.
Yes.
Come out, show the unity, and remember, Live, Work, Shop, Play, Florida. Have a great weekend. What a great show.